Hey everyone, it's Natalie. So I wanted to share something with everyone and just let everyone know that if you're trying to move on from this, you're trying to get your narcissistic in-law or mother-in-law, whoever, out of your life, the best way to move forward is by deleting the narcissist number. I'm sure they're already blocked, but when you hold on to a phone number like that, I think it's out of hope. You're hoping for that text message. You're hoping for that call that's going to change everything that's happened in the past with an apology given by the narcissist. But the truth is, you will never get it. And even if you get a false apology, it's not a true apology. They might only be apologizing so they can have access to your children, or because they're lonely during Christmas, or they're trying to do something manipulative, whatever it is, to get what they want, right? So they're not coming to you because they're truly sorry for what they've done to you. They're coming to you and saying they're sorry because they need something from you. They want something from you. And they could want whatever it is, a million things. But in general, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to remember that they do not see any wrongdoing that they've done. They look at the situation as you are the problem. You are the wrongdoer. You are the one causing conflict. You're the one that's rude, blah, 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 blah. They will never take accountability for their actions. And so even if you hang on to these people's numbers because of hope, all you're going to get is a fake apology, and then you're going to land yourself right back in the same situation that you're in right now, except for the fact that you have taken that brave step in going no contact, taking that brave step into getting yourself healthy and healing. And so when you really want these people out of your life for good, and you really, really feel this, like you're like, even if there is hope, I don't care. Too much has happened now that even if they did come and apologize, it wouldn't matter because they've done too much harm. Then the only thing you can do when you are in this situation of I'm done is delete their phone number. And I have done that. Not only were both my brother-in-law's blocked, and both of my in-laws were blocked, and there was some things that happened in the past few months. I know I haven't went into detail about it, and I've said, some things were happening in my life, but I decided, because they were only blocked and some things have went down, that the only way to make sure that they don't get a reaction out of me where out of the spur of the moment, trigger, anger, whatever I have, that I do not have access to their phone number to send them nasty texts, because this is what they want you to do. They try to trigger you so you will respond, you will react negatively, and then they hang on to that text or that phone call, whatever it is, as proof that you are the problem. And so to refrain from doing, something idiotic like that, you have got to completely abolish any connection that you have with these people. And even if that means that you deleted their phone number and you have no way of getting in contact with them in case your spouse dies, they end up in the hospital, an accident happens, maybe your child dies, maybe your child's sick, whatever it is, even if that means you have no way of telling them. First off, what makes you think they deserve to know anything that's going on in your life? So if you are dead serious about stopping the abuse, then you wouldn't give a damn if they know if an emergency happened or not. Because this is the other thing, not only emergencies, but when good things are happening in your life and you get overly excited and you think, well, this good thing is happening in my life, maybe I can share this with the narcissist and everything will be different since it's such a good thing in my life. They'll see that, they don't need to behave this way, or, our relationship can change, or things can get healthier because something good happened in your life. And when you have the narcissist's phone number, it becomes really dangerous in your life because you, out of excitement, out of grief, whatever it is, might decide to contact the narcissist and let them know about this certain situation. And when you start allowing the narcissist in your life because of something good that's happening or something bad, all you're doing is opening the door back up for them to come in and abuse you. And so the best way to avoid any of these situations, and I mean, look, if you're serious about getting healthy and happy, you have to cut all ties with these people. And even if, let's say the narcissist has helped you helps you financially or has given you gifts in the past, whatever it is, maybe they're sending things in the mail right now to you, and you're, the worst thing you can do is receive any of that. If you have received any of that, I suggest that you send it right back. I read in the comments, I forget her name now, that somebody went no contact with their in-laws for 2 years. It's her birthday, and the mother-in-law sent her a gift card in the mail, trying to fool her. You do not receive gift cards. You send those back to sender. Return to sender. Never, ever, especially during no contact, ever receive and keep a gift, money. I don't care if you're homeless and they're trying to give you a house. I mean, I'm serious. Do not take anything from the narcissist because this is all a trap. It's a honey trap, guys. This is what they want you to, they want you to receive these gifts. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of driving around my son's school. They want you to receive these gifts because it's like the mouse and the cheese. They want to get you in that trap. So that way, especially when they give you things, that way you owe them. And going back to the fact that keeping on to these people's phone numbers is not healthy, because I think it's only a natural reaction when something is going good in your life and you want to share it with the narcissist. And I think the reason why you feel this way is because you're a good person. And I think also you're trying to get acceptance and prove yourself, prove something to the narcissist by responding with something positive and saying, this wonderful, maybe you just bought a house, maybe you just had a baby, it could be a million things, and you think, well, this could change everything with the narcissist. I will finally get that acceptance that I've always wanted if I share this detail with the narcissist. And the truth is, you're going right back into the lion's den. You have to stop looking for that acceptance from the narcissist because you will not get it. They don't even accept their very own child. Why would they accept you? Why? Narcissists are some of the most selfish, egotistical, maniacal human beings on planet Earth. They only care about themselves. And if you so happen to have something that they want, they will try to get in contact with you through your phone, texting, calling, showing up at your house, sending gifts in the mail, trying to manipulate you guys to go on vacations, offering, it could be a million things. It could be a million things. And what's even more dangerous, right, is when the narcissist knows you're in need. When the narcissist knows you are in need, what they do is they come to your rescue. And it's a trick. And when you allow a narcissist to come to your rescue, you will be owing that narcissist for the rest of your life. And if you think you got treated bad now, when you owe a narcissist something, they treat you like a slave. And I'm telling you right now, they will treat you the worst you've ever been treated, because now you owe them something. And so what I did to make sure I never reacted, I never got in contact, nothing like that. I blocked them and I deleted their phone number. And that's what I've done in the past few weeks. I did it a few weeks ago because I had an urge. I'm not gonna lie, I'm only human, guys. I had an urge. And my family and I have been saving for a home for a long time because we work on the road. And we have been living in apartments, traveling the United States. We move about once a year. And we've lived in some of the best places in the United States, and it's been a wonderful time. But my son has finally decided that he wanted a home to have more permanent friends now that he's about to be 8, which is understandable, and we've always left it up to him. So we've been saving for quite some time for a home. So we had a nice little down payment, and we moved near corporate office because the plan is hopefully, my husband will be brought in the office sooner than later, hopefully. And so we bought a house in Wisconsin. Well, I was very excited about that. And I had the urge to tell the narcissist, hey, we bought a house. I only think it's fair that my husband is able to share it with you. These are the feelings that I had. And I had to catch myself. Because I remember back to when I was excited I was pregnant. And then the disaster that happened following that. And so I not only were they blocked, but I went ahead and deleted them. And I said, I told my husband, I said, look, I'm letting you know I deleted your parents' phone numbers. And I said, do you know what that means? And he goes, well, explain it. And I said, this means that if you die, you end up in the hospital, we end up pregnant again, something good or bad, whatever it is happens, I have no way of getting in contact with your parents, even if that means they miss your funeral. And my husband was like, wow, really? And I'm like, yeah, really. Because in the past few weeks, see, my husband has low contact with his parents. He got back into contact about a little less than a year ago with them. And me and my son are not in contact. And his parents, especially his mother, has been manipulating him again. And which I called him out on it, and he does recognize it and everything. But I saw that my husband was having that twinkle of hope in his eyes again about starting a new relationship with them again. And by deleting and blocking their phone number permanently forever, I showed him I'm not playing. So all that hoping and praying and the twinkle in the eye and everything that's going on with him because he just bought his first home. I mean, we've built homes before, but this is the one we actually live in, are going to live in. But to see him all excited about the home he just purchased, wanting his parents to be part of this celebration, I started getting real nervous. And he knows I'm not getting back in contact with his parents. You know, and like his mom told him, oh, Jared, she just said this to him not too long ago. Oh, Jared, I'm so happy you're back in our life. It's like my arm was, thank you, appreciate it. She said, it was like my arm was missing from my body for all these years. And I saw that text message. And I thought, well, I'm glad she's suffering. Because not only that, I have her only grandchild. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling. But the point of the story, okay, the point of the story is by deleting his parents' number, he saw how serious I was. And all that hope and everything he had came crashing down around him. And like I told him the other day at work, I said, Jared, the thickness of my hair is just barely coming back from losing so much hair from that stress when we did go no contact. Like, please, you know, like, dude, my hair was so thin. If you look in some of my past videos, it was just thinning out because I was losing so much hair from the stress. And it's finally growing back and it's getting thick again. And I looked at my husband and I said, you just need to stop. Just stop. And he stayed quiet. And I said, Jared, listen to me, honey. Just stop. This right here, what you're trying to do, because even though he didn't tell me, I can read him really, really well after 22 years. And I'm like, just leave it alone, hun. Just leave it alone. And he kind of looked at me sad and said, okay, honey, I'm going to leave it alone. So that's my little story. But anyways, the point of the story is, if you're serious about getting these people out of your life, you got to cut the cord every single way possible. I know that kind of sounds cruel because I'm like, oh, delete their phone number. Even if your husband dies, they can't go to the funeral. Oh, well, that's my husband. He cleaved to me. You see what I'm saying? If he died, that's my family's funeral. Not the other way around. And like I told my husband, because he said something, I can't remember what he said, but he said, well, that's kind of messed up if you don't invite him to my funeral, if that ever does happen. I said, if your mom showed up at your funeral while I was crying and feeling the way I was feeling about losing you, I'd punch her in the face. And he knew I was serious. Because I don't want that woman around me or my child. I don't care. I am, if you can't tell, I am through. I'm through. And the only reason why, honestly, like, I don't even really care if I make these videos, but I'm making them to kind of help you guys, because I know a lot of y'all are scared. I was scared too. Girls or guys, I tolerated it for 2 decades. Almost 2 decades before I went no contact. I know how scary it is. But when you get out of that situation, you're like a new person. everything will change. And it's difficult. You're going to suffer with CPTSD, and it's going to be annoying, and you're going to be sad, and there's going to be arguments, and your husband's going to threaten to leave you, and all this. Like, well, my husband didn't threaten to leave me, but I've talked to other women who's like, I don't want my child visiting them, my narc in-laws, and my husband does, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, when I said no, the children aren't going to go. This happened actually a few women. He started threatening to divorce me. Well, you know what? It's a threat. And you have to stand your ground in those situations, because if you don't, your husband is going to railroad you. And then it's going, not only are you going to have a problem with your in-laws, but you're going to have a problem with your spouse. So you have to put your big girl panties on, okay? Buckle your boots and die on the hill protecting your children, protecting you. And if that means your husband is threatening to divorce you, let him threaten. Let him threaten. Because most of the time, divorce doesn't happen. But by you standing ground, you're showing your spouse no more. So you do what you have to do. And even if that means divorce, if you die on the hill that you're standing on, you better be ready. You better be ready. Because if me personally, if my husband was taking my child over to my in-laws and I told him no after the disrespect and disregard that of me, I wouldn't stay. And I'd make him pay in court. Because, and I'm not even being malicious, because your husband isn't willing to be a man and stand up for his wife and stand up for his family, why the hell would you stay in that relationship? So you do what you got to do. If he's going to abuse you, you get him. You get him. Because nobody deserves to be in this situation. And then added on top of that, their husband manipulating and abusing them. So you better be ready. Because I know there's no way in hell I would ever stand for my husband taking my child to the narcissist house when I say no. No way. That would not fly with me. And you know what? And my husband already knew. I was willing to die on that hill. He knew I wasn't playing. And it took some arguments and some time. But eventually everything calmed down, and then we just got used to that new lifestyle of his parents not being in our life, our child's life, and just, you know, living the life that we've always wanted to live without being judged. So, I don't know. This message is all over the place, but hopefully you guys can relate. Oh, and what I was saying is, like, I'm so past the point of caring now that sometimes I don't even feel like doing videos, but I do them for you guys so that way you don't feel alone. But I'm just using that as an example of how far in my healing process I've got, and how far in that I don't give a damn I've gotten. And when you can get to this point, you're free. You're free. And it's the best feeling in the world when you see that in some ways you won. You won this game. But you're not going to win the game if your husband's taking your child to the narcissist when you tell them no. Because honestly, in the background, the narcissist is laughing at you. And they're saying, good, I'm glad I still get to see my son and my grandchildren. And I never wanted my daughter-in-law over anyway. So now they've taken control over your family, which was the whole plan all along, is to get rid of you so they can have your family you created. See what I'm saying? So in that situation, they won. They won the game. They got your family Don't tolerate that. Hell no. I think the biggest thing, game, or the winner of the game, is when that narcissist is sitting at their house all alone when nobody visits them. No one calls them on holidays or birthdays. They sit there in their nursing home or in their little recliner all day with no phone calls, no visits, living a miserable, lonely life. Tell me, do you think you won? Because while you're living your youthful life, and your family's doing all kinds of great things, and you're happy, if you're happy, then you won. When the narcissist is miserable, you won. That's the truth. But that doesn't mean that if you go no contact, you peek your head in and out of that relationship. Nope. You didn't win. All right, guys. Peace, love, harmony. I think I got back to everyone's emails. And sorry about that, for not answering in the last week and a half. But I have been in Wisconsin. But yeah, other than that, I hope y'all have a good day. I hope this video helps. And I would love to see your comments. Please leave a like. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, guys. I can't believe it. You don't know how long I've been working on this channel. I think it's been like 2 years. So to get 1,000 subscribers is awesome. And I appreciate it so much. It helps me stay motivated in making these videos for you guys. Okay, bye.